Hello everyone, I am Edmund Contreras, and welcome back to the Jasper Gap Production Show. Today I will be doing my second series of reviews because my first line of videos were based on figures from Godzilla Final Wars. So I'm going to be doing another series like that. Only this time, we're going to be talking about this guy. Of course, this is Mothra from the Godzilla franchise, and he was also in her own series of movies. So let's get started with the detail. Now, the detail, while it does look nice, it's not particularly accurate to the films. Mostly because of the paint scheme. Like the detail, it does look like Mothra, but the color scheme doesn't really match how Mothra would look. Like if you compare it to some of the other type of Mothras, this one has a lot more red than the others, because the other ones had a lot more yellow. But like only these parts here on her wings and these parts here on her feet are the only parts that are yellow. They're pretty much these wavy lines here are red. This part in the center here is red. The line on her head and on her back is all red. The whole thing, all the stripes here are all red. There's also a lot more gray in this one, which I don't really remember Mothra having. And over here, there's pretty much just all white. That's probably because this might be an old figure, so it probably had some limitations in the colors. Also, since her wings are like flat, I guess that's why there's like this huge like space between her wings and her body. But yeah, the detail, while it's not completely accurate, it's still okay for a Mothra toy. Now for the articulation, oh, okay. I guess we're gonna measure her now. Going from the lowest point to the highest point, which is her antennas right here. Oh wait, I have it backwards. Okay. She is about 3.5 inches, and for width, she's from her wing from her right wing to her left wing. She is 4.5 inches. So now for the articulation. Since this is an old figure, there's pretty much no articulation at all. I mean, there are parts that are kind of like flimsy, which you can move around a little, but it doesn't really count as articulation because most of it wasn't really intentional. Like, since these parts are very movable, and her wings are also very flappy, so it's like you can like move it around and all that stuff, but you can't really wave her wings like she normally would. You kind of can, but you would probably risk the hazard of breaking her wings off. Like, there's no articulation here, there's nothing for the head, and that's pretty much it for the articulation, even though there's not really much of it. But despite most of those negative parts, the figure is still not that bad. The figure is still good for a Mothra toy. The color scheme doesn't really fit Mothra all that much. You can't really move that much, but honestly, when you compare it to the actual movie, she doesn't really have that much movability except for like occasionally being able to move her legs and just flapping her wings. But that's pretty much it. And of course, eventually, like occasionally she'll like open her mouth. But still, I do think this is a nice Mothra figure. For anyone who's a fan of Mothra and doesn't have a figure of her yet, this is probably one of our best bets. But yeah, out of a 5-star rating, I'm gonna give this guy a 3 out of 5. The figure isn't perfect, but it doesn't really need to be perfect. I mean, it is a Mothra figure. You can still actually use it in like while you're playing with your like Godzilla figures and all that stuff. So yeah, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, leave all sorts of comments about what you think of the video, any problems you might have with it, and to subscribe. And if you like the video, make sure to like share it and do all that stuff you would normally do to a YouTuber that you like. And make sure to stay tuned for my next review of another Mothra figure on Monday. So until then, I'm Ben Contreras, and bye.